What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification because we have a special guest today. He is a commit. He is going to go play for Coach Desean Jackson and the Delaware State Hornets. This is none other than Donovan Turner, defensive
Yes,
back
sir.
out of Long Beach. Donovan, how's it going, sir?
I'm going good. How's it going with you?
Hey, I can't complain, man. I had a little thing yesterday, but we got it taken care of, so I'm good, and I'm happy to be joined by you. Sorry, I've been delaying this, but I definitely wanted to get you in here because you've been responsive, and this has seemed like something you wanted to do.
Yes, sir. Love showing love.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Donovan, before we get into Coach Jac and Del State and what you're expecting there, let's take it back, man. You played at Long Beach Poly High School, one of the more premier high schools in the entire country. Take me through your football journey at Long Beach and what was that like for you all 4 years?
Growing up, I was born and raised in Long Beach. Grew up watching Poly football team my whole life. My older brothers, cousins played, so me going to Poly was kind of a given. Went there all 4 years. Uh, got moved up to varsity as a freshman. Then I played varsity from sophomore on up. Uh, and it was pretty good. My experience was good. I played under Coach Barbie. Um, Went 10-0 as a freshman. Then my senior year, I got to win the CIF championship, so that was pretty good. Um, yeah, Poly is everything. I got it tatted on me. I love my city. City love me, so nothing but love.
And that's awesome, man. And it's crazy to see that come full circle. You being able to now getting a chance to link up with another Poly guy and Coach D Jac. But before we get to that, coming out of high school, man, you decided to go the JUCO route. Kind of what went into that, and talk to me about your JUCO experience.
Actually, I kind of under recruited out of high school, so I had a few FCS offers, but then I picked up a FBS offer late on in the recruiting process. I got UMass. I attended UMass from 2022 until December of 23, and then that experience was pretty good as well. I played under Don Brown up there. So when they asked me like how I feel about going back to the East Coast, I'm one of those guys who's from the West Coast, but I spent 2 years out there, so I'm familiar with it. But that was a good experience for sure. I feel like it was a great lesson. I went out there pretty young, 18, so I had to grow up pretty fast. Um, wasn't really playing as much as I wanted to, so I decided to come home and take the JUCO route. I was one of those guys who felt like it wasn't I didn't need to, but I felt like I had to in my situation. Just to get on the field. I could have hit the portal out of UMass, but I decided like go somewhere, go back home, get my mind right, play a season, and then try to stack up some more offers.
Absolutely. Now, leaving UMass. So was that like getting into the portal, leaving UMass and deciding to go JUCO? What was that like? I mean, did I mean, I know that can be tough. Like you go to somewhere, you expect to have, your college experience to be one way. Like when you signed to UMass, you expected to go one way, and maybe it didn't go that way. You talked about not playing as much as you wanted to, and choosing to go the JUCO route. Was that decision difficult? Was it easier? Was it relieving? Like what were kind of some of the emotions that went into that?
Um, the situation itself was like it was a pretty fast decision I had to make, so
Hmm.
didn't really have too much time to really dwell on it. But um, on the outside looking in, I would say it was a good experience all in all. But in the moment, I felt like it was a little bit like it made me question whether I wanted to keep going or not. Like
Hmm.
just keep playing. I knew I still had the ability to, but it's just like the mental aspect. Just not playing, then you being so far away from home is just it could get hard. But push through it. I was talking to my family every day. I had coaches back home I would communicate with daily,
Hmm.
so they were helping me with that situation. But as far as the portal, I decided like I knew I was gonna come home and play at Long Beach City out of UMass, but I got a couple FCS offers. Nothing that really caught my attention, so I decided to just stick to the plan, go the JUCO route. I had a lot of boys taking the JUCO route from my high school, and they didn't have too many bad things to say about it. They just said if you're just gonna come do it, you have to be serious about it. And at that moment in time, I knew how serious I was, so it was easy decision to make.
Absolutely. Once again, we're talking to defensive back Donovan Turner. He's going to go play for Dell State. Coach Desean Jackson, Coach Travis Clark, and those guys up that has taken over the Hornets program. Now, let's talk about Long Beach City. You decide to come back home, go to Long Beach. But we know if anybody's watched Last Chance U, the later seasons, we know Cali JUCOs don't have scholarships. A little bit different than like the Mississippi JUCOs, the Texas JUCOs. Can be a lot more challenging. But for you, that's home. What was the experience playing in Long Beach City like for you?
Um, like I said, I'm Long Beach guy through and through. So I was familiar with the coaching staff for Long Beach City. My older brother, who I mentioned, went to Poly. He actually went the JUCO route too. So Coach Peabody, the head coach over there, was familiar with the family. My mom knew him and stuff. So when it came down to choosing the JUCO, it wasn't really too hard of a choice because I knew I wanted to stay close to home, um, close to where my trainers were, everything, coaches, everywhere I used to work out, keep everything in the same city, so it wouldn't be too hard. But the experience itself was, I mean, I feel like I would describe it as anybody else would describe JUCO, like it's JUCO at the end of the day. But my experience personally, it just turned me into a leader, more of a dog.
Mhm,
Um, just being around guys who everybody got to get out. Like at UMass, it was a little different because some guys was complacent, being like D1 already.
mhm.
Didn't really feel like they wanted to go to the next level, and that's cool. But in JUCO, it's like everybody, because you don't got to do it, so everybody want to ball. And just being around guys who had that same mentality, it was easy. Like playing defense clicked so easily because we had a lot of poly guys on the team. A lot of guys who needed this year to get out. So that's really why my experience was so lovely because a lot of the players that I played with, I grew up with. So I can't really I can't really describe JUCO ball as a whole because my experience would be different, but
Mhm.
I loved it. It turned me into a dog for sure, and I feel like it is molding me to go to the league.
Absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Donovan Turner, defensive back. Is going to go play at Dell State for Coach Desean Jackson. Now, Donovan, I want to ask you this. Okay, so the news breaks. Desean Jackson is going to be the head coach at Delaware State. You know, you're transitioning out of JUCO, looking for a new home to go play football. Uh, what was that like for someone who is there in Long Beach? Obviously, Desean Jackson is a big presence. Where were you at when you heard the news that he was getting a head coaching job, and what was that like around you and the people around you when you find out that D-Jack, the Long Beach legend, is going to be coaching college football?
I think I was probably at the facility working out when I found out. I didn't really. The first news I seen was he was in talks of getting it, and they put it in quotes. So I didn't really get too happy. I just seen it. I was happy for him. Um, Prior to him getting there, I never really heard of Delaware State. So I seen him, looked him up, seen it in the MEAC. I'm like, that's a good hire. That'll be a good job for him to get. But couple of days went past, and I started seeing it on IG a little bit, scrolling on my timeline, and then I forgot. I think I seen it on Twitter first, and then I went directly to Instagram. I'm familiar. I'm close to his recruiting coordinator up there at Delaware State, so he reposted it, and I swiped up with the eye emoji, uh, telling him to come look at me. So he told me, "Don't trip, I got you." 2 days, couple days went past, and he was like, he gave me the call, asked me would I come out there because he knew I had a couple offers.
Mhm.
I racked up probably about 6 or 7 FCS offers out of JUCO, so he wanted to see if that's one of my top priorities, and I told him like that'd be number one. And then he forwarded my number to Coach Jackson. We talked a little bit, and then it was up. He told me he actually told me he needed me on the team. I was the first guy he offered, so
Wow.
uh, that was like coaches don't usually come at you like that. They usually try to play the hardball game. He told me straight up like I know you. I seen you play since you was young, and I need you on the team. And after that, I told him he got me. So that's what it was.
Man, that's what's that like, man? I mean, I understand Deshaun Jackson's from your hometown. You know some people that are really close to him, but I mean, that's still Deshaun Jackson. What's it like when
Exactly.
you're on the phone with him, right? And he's telling you, like, yo, you're the first offer, and I need you on my team. What's that like for Donovan?
I mean, it was a crazy feeling because growing up, I was a Philadelphia Eagle fan, and it was because of D-Jack. So him coming from Poly. Then he went to Cal, stayed in California, stayed close to home, and then he goes to the league, and it's like reachable. He makes it seem reachable because I know he came from the same city, same classes we went to, same teachers. We know the same staff at the school. His coaches coached me when I was there. Track coaches still there, so it's like a family. And then me seeing him like play on Sundays, it made me want to go even harder. And then getting that call from him is like it's all coming full circle because the kid in me wanted to be like kind of fanned out because D-Jack on the phone, but handle business and he just let it work out how it did.
Absolutely. Now, Donovan, speaking of Coach Jackson, Delaware State, uh, Coach Jac has taken over a program that's only won 2 games in 2 years, like literally 1-11 back-to-back seasons. Uh, does that have you nervous at all? Coming all the way across from California to Del State and playing for Coach Jackson, knowing that Del State really hasn't had a lot of success recently.
Um, I feel like that's motivation because I know like winning comes from a culture. So if the
Mhm.
culture wasn't right, then you can't really win. And I know he recruiting winners, a lot of winners. He a winner himself, so it's gonna be easy to turn that around. We plan to do that first year.
Absolutely. Now, just speaking of Coach Jackson is recruiting, so a bunch of you guys come from Southern California, specifically Long Beach. I see a lot of Poly kids and Wilson kids, whether they're offers or committed. Milliken, I want to say, what's it going to be like bringing the West to the East Coast out to Dover? What's that experience going to be like for you, do you think?
Um, well, me personally, when I went out there in 2022, I felt like I brought it with me. So I know, like a lot of people on the East Coast gravitate to West Coast personalities. So I feel like as far as like the media standpoint goes, we're gonna be very likable. Uh, Interviews gonna do a lot of numbers. Talking press conferences is gonna be a different vibe of that. But I feel like everybody he's recruiting, I could say they won. They coming from winning programs, whether it be
Mhm.
from Poly or Milliken coming off a great winning season. Wilson, they just won the championship. Like he recruiting winners. He's not recruiting guys who he just cool with. And as you can like, it's a lot of Long Beach guys getting offered, but it's not as many as a lot of people would think just
Mm.
because everybody thinks that he just gonna come back and look out for the guys that's in the city, but he not doing that. He trying to come back and look out for the guys who could come help him. And um it's not like we coming out there to just because I got 2 years eligibility left. I'm not trying to come waste time. I'm trying to come win and go to the next level. So he know that, and I'm pretty sure he got the same mentality win now. So that's how I feel. We all coming in for the same outcome.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, Donovan, I always love to ask ball players this because one day ball will end. Obviously, we want you to go to Del State, have an amazing career, and then push that on to the next level. But once football is over with, 10, 12 years down the line, after you have this long, luxurious career like D-Jack had, D-Jack did 15 years, but now he's into coaching. What is something that you would want to do once football is over with?
Um, Me personally, I feel like I want to stay close to the game as close
Mhm.
as possible. I wouldn't say coaching, but it would be something that has to do with football. I'm getting my psychology degree, so I might
Mhm.
put that towards some sports. Whether it be like kids, adults, just staying around the game as much as possible. I feel like that's what I want to do.
Absolutely. Now, Donovan, uh, obviously, you said you went to UMass. You know, with the East Coast, the weather, it gets cold sometimes, right? All those different things. But UMass isn't Delaware State, and UMass isn't an HBCU. What, if anything, have you learned about whether it's HBCU culture or something that you're looking forward to about not just football, but actually attending the HBCU that is Delaware State?
Um, I feel like it's just gonna be a great experience to be around people that look like me. Like everybody, everywhere I go, it's just gonna be people similar. Not just speaking on skin color. It's gonna be a lot of people my color, but just people who think like me, act like me, into the same things as me. Walking around, being able to have conversations with like teachers, bank tellers, uh, mailmen, everybody just interested. And I know the city's pretty close knit and revolved around the school. So when we start winning, a lot of people gonna start coming out and just building relationships and stuff like that. But um, yeah, I'm excited to just go back to the East Coast because as a West Coast kid, I have nothing but good things to say about the East Coast. But been gone for a little bit. Excited to be back.
Absolutely. Now, Donovan, I want to ask you this: when it comes to your game, how would you describe your game? Are you a boundary corner? Are you a slot corner? Are you a safety DB? Like, how would you describe your game? Whether it's a pro comparison or any type of words you use to let the Hornets fans know what they're getting in Donovan Turner.
Uh, Usually when people ask me that question, I just say I play DB, so I don't get anybody confused. But if you had to ask me who I model my game after, I feel like I take a lot of components from a lot of great players. Like I feel like I got the length to play press corner, and I could use that length in a post and play free safety, come down and hit. I like to hit. I get in the ball hawk for sure. I'm an offensive minded guy. I play offense growing up, but I just like to hit a little more. So when the ball come in, I'm gonna catch it. Um, great, great IQ, play recognition. I like to jump routes. It's gonna be a lot of big plays, interceptions, touchdowns, fumbles, whole lot of stuff. Uh, what else? Um, I could play corner, um, safety, like to blitz. I do a lot of blitzing this year off the edge. I could cover anybody on the field, whether it's receivers, running backs, tight ends. I could do it all.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome to hear. Once again, we're talking to Donovan Turner, defensive back for Delaware State. He's going to go play for Coach Jac. Now, Donovan, is there anyone? Obviously, you're not a coach, right? You're letting Coach Jackson, Coach Clark, and those guys handling the coaching and recruiting. But is there anyone that you've maybe put on their radar that you're hoping that would join you, whether it's from Long Beach or from the state of California, or just you play college football before, anywhere else that you would like to see them potentially reach out to and join the Delaware State Hornets for the 25 season?
Of course. Me and the coaches over there got a good relationships as far as communication. So, um, like when I see my boys film and I feel like they can help us contribute to us winning, I send it straight to coach. There's no hesitation. Uh, I sent numerous guys. I mainly putting on my Long Beach City guys first, just to make sure we get right, because I know we got dogs over there. So, um, to just give out some names: Jalen Johnson, linebacker, Long Beach City; Travis Davis, safety, Long Beach City; um, Dion Reber, safety, Long Beach City; Cam Blanton, safety, Long Beach City; um, Tyson Bordeaux, receiver, Long Beach City; Samaj Dunn, receiver, Long Beach City; Troy Crozier, receiver, Long Beach City. A lot of dogs. I just forward they film. I'm not gonna do too much talking because um, I wouldn't need them to do a lot of talking for me. Just put my film in front of the eyes and then let my film do the talking. So that's what I try to do for my boys. Um, just get them seen, retweet them on Twitter, tag the coaches on Twitter. Just do my part because I know when they see my stuff, they show love. So I just try to reciprocate.
And that's awesome, man. I mean, that's really all you can ask for when you're a teammate, looking out for somebody. And I know these are guys that obviously you wouldn't be vouching for them if you didn't think they could help the team, were good enough to help contribute, and B, would love to be teammates with them once again out there at Delaware State. So it's awesome, awesome, awesome to hear that, Donovan. I'll get you out on this, man. Just a few more questions. Once again, we're talking to Donovan Turner. He's going to play defensive back for Coach Desean Jackson in the Delaware State Hornets. Now, Donovan, I got it. This is not a football question. This is actually a music thing. Are you a
Okay.
music guy? What is kind of going in the headphones before you warm up, when you're warming up and getting ready for that MEAC game when you guys are gonna take on, I don't know, Norfolk State and Coach Michael Vick? What's playing through
Mm.
Donovan's headphones?
Norfolk State. I'm probably gonna be on my young boy. Probably that's a big one. So I'm gonna try to come out uh on it. Usually pregame I go more like R&B. I don't be trying to get too riled up because I'm already in the mode. Like I'll be ready to go all week. So when Saturday come or Friday, whenever we playing, when that day come, I just try to relax, play some calm music. But that game, that Norfolk State game, I'm probably gonna be on. I'm gonna be on that for sure.
Gotcha, man. Gotcha. Well, Donovan, I appreciate you spending some time with me, a few minutes of your day, spending it with me, talking about your experience, letting the folks know what they're getting in Donovan Turner. And before we get out of here, just if you had any message to send to the Delaware State fan base, the alumni, about the upcoming season, both yourself individually and the team that Coach Jackson, Coach Clark, and those guys are putting together, what would you say to them if they're listening?
Don't try to come when it's too late. When they see me doing it, don't try to pop out then. Come from the first game to the last game, first quarter to the last quarter, and show love because we're gonna show love back.
Absolutely. That is Donovan Turner. My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. Thank you guys for tuning in. Donovan, I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys.